And here we are, with Gone Home. This is, yes, a walking simulator. This game came out not on the heels of Dear Esther, but it's in the vibe of that. It's like one of the first or second walking simulator games to come to Steam, I think. But when I saw it, I watched like 4 different people play it to hear their spiel on it, and then I thought to myself, I'll play this someday. So now I am. So, while I said what I said in the other game about things in this game still holds a special place with me. So let's do it. Basically, we come home after a year of being abroad, and nobody's home, and we have to find out why. And yet the door is unlocked, I think, if I remember correctly. That way you have to break in. Breaking in sounds more fun anyway. What? Turn to the graphics to high, so that's probably why it's taking a while to load. One way we know if the game's still running is... Never mind. It's working. Think. Maybe? Perhaps? There it is.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
June 7th, 1995, 1:15 a.m. Whoa, the sensitivity. You can interact with things in this game. Oh, I found the house key already. Okay. Our name is Caitlin Greenbrier. Nice. I'm going to this is our very first note. It says that somebody is telling us not to go find them. But we are going to find out. We have a backpack. That's us. I guess the lights are movement automated. Okay, I'm curious. Can we see what left click does? Okay. Left click zooms in. Gotcha. Ah, that's better. So this game involves a lot of looking around and a lot of exploring. One time people thought this was a horror game because it got really eerie at one point. But I'm assuring you now, this is not a horror game. This is more of an emotion strip.
Dear Katie, so much has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm in a new school, and my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real, but I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal, just like I was talking to you.
Okay. I love being told everything. Being told everything is awesome. Nice. So, you can turn on all the lights, turn on faucets. We can't run though. What's this? Over the Alps. A novel traveling game. For 2 to 6 players. Let's put this back. I'm going to save electricity by turning off that light. Cause why not? So good to hear from you again. All this new house business sounds like quite the adventure. Remember that little dorm room we shared freshman year? When we were miserable fantasizing about our dream homes? I always said I wanted a mansion. You said you wanted a house in the woods. Look who got both. Somebody up there likes you. I could use some of that magic. Send me some lotto numbers. I'll play them seriously. But I shouldn't be complaining about this good old split level we've had since Bob got transferred to Winnipeg. We've just got new vinyl sliding. Jealous yet? Let me know if you ever want to trade places. So how are the girls doing? Has Kate left on a big European adventure yet? Speaking of jealous. Right back soon. Miss you, Rumi. Carol. Fascinating. Books. The Telephone Directory. Awesome. It's a skull from Mexico. Awesome. It's a track trophy. First place. This is another track trophy. First place. Not bad. Not bad. Impressive. So this is a flight plan, huh? Cool. This is a marker. Nice. No needing for markers. Oh wait, letter. Sam, Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see the new house. Call him back. Mom, Daniel's a total weirdo. The only reason I ever hung out with him in the first place is he had a Nintendo when we were little.
Sam. Sam. Hello. Sam.
Huh.
Sam, where are you? Really? I need to talk to you. Please be there.
I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
I guess Kitty's this one here. Ooh, spooky, spooky hallway. Not spooky anymore, 'cause I'm brave. Hello. Heaven at the Edge of the World. Private Do Not Read. The Green Glacier Part 2. Oh yeah. She's actually not a bad writer. I guess I'll read this for all of you. Allegra and her scouting party peered down warily through the dense canopy of rustling leaves from their perch high in the forest branches. Mere feet away, sunlight shone brightly off the inner ice walls of the glacial basin in which the forest grew. It was a strange sight indeed, such lush mist juxtaposed with the frigid ice formations. Allegra leapt forward without hesitation, bounding through the high branches. The first mate had been captured by the Green Glacier's Amazonian tribe. Its life hung in the balance. We have to hurry. Her party fell behind, moving quietly as a breeze through the greenery. Allegra landed in the clearing and shouted, "Stop!" She saw the Queen Amazonian up on a pedestal, reaching for the lever that would drop her first mate into the vent below. She shouted, "No!" and flung her saber at the Amazon's reaching hand, but it was too late. The first mate screamed as he fell toward the water, then splashed down, and all was eerily silent. Allegra looked on, frozen in fear and remorse. She had been moments too late. But then from the bed, something began to emerge, a head of dark brown hair, just like the first mate's. Then the shoulders and sleeves of his coat soaking wet, but as the figure stood, the water poured down. Allegra saw the first mate had changed. He was no longer a man at all. In fact, looked back at her where the eyes, face, the hair, and hands, and body of a woman. Still in the first mate's clothes. Still the first mate. She spoke in a soft, clear voice. "Captain?" The Amazonian Queen said, "She is one of us now. She is ours." Allegra drew a magical flint-like pistol from her belt, and her crew readied their swords. Allegra glared into the Queen's eyes and said, "That's the love of my life, and you can't have her." Yeah. Oh, we got Sam's locker thing. Okay. So her stories are very interesting. Welcome, new student. We hope that you're excited about your first day at Goodfellow High School as we are. Please be sure to bring the following with you on your first day of classes so that you can get right into the swing of things. One sturdy folder, one light notebook, 6 pens, 6 pencils, colored pencils, combination lock, a nutritious lunch or $2.50. A positive attitude. Nice.
Oh my god. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House Girl. Great.
That doesn't sound so bad. Oh, terror, maybe it does. Mr. Masson was born on September 8th, 1933 in the house that would be his home for the rest of his life. He attained his degree in pharmacy at a young age. Returned to Boone County, quickly became a well-loved figure at the center of the community. In the decades preceding his passing, was a seldom seen outside his home. He only had a nephew, Terrence Greenbrier. Oh. So we're related to a doctor of sorts. guess this is us, right? Bravo. No, wait, that's... Oh yeah, I think I know who that is. Oh, lag. I'm driving to Paris. I've done many Parisian things, including eating Le Petit Déjeuner and wearing a beret. I'm going to have a lot of film to develop when I get back. Sam, I'm bringing something from the Shakespeare Book Company since you're my favorite sister. I love a little something from Shakespeare. That's handy. Uh-huh. It's a book. Nice. Killing of JFK. Hello. It's nothing importance. You can do better. Yup. This game is like full of exploration. Oh, so basically a good clap of thunder and we would have no electricity. Seems legit, game. Lights, please. Thank you. Oh, that's just perfect. One moment. Get out of the way. Accidental prayer. Looks like he wrote some pretty awesome stories. Because stories can be awesome. Figuring out the best title. "0451. I have a feeling I'm going to write that down. David asked me to write you regarding the reviews you've been submitting in the last few months. Frankly, they're becoming more trouble than they're worth from an editing standpoint. There's a word limit. It's your job standard, not mine, to cut back to it. Even that's becoming harder and harder to weed out the tangents and non sequiturs from the usable copy without heavy rewrites. Okay, so if we ever need a code for something, 451. See, maybe it's 0451. 1501. So now it's a thought. Huh. Books on how to be a parent. Always helpful. It's the right book for the right moment.
This is a severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service reports high winds with torrential rain conditions affecting the following counties: Austin County, Boone County, Dawn County, Tecumseh County, and Wistaria County. Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors.
Music.
Secure all windows and doors. Flood conditions are expected at lower elevations.
Oh, diagnosis murder. Boy Meets World. The X-Files. Unsolved Mysteries. Wow, I know all of these. I feel old.
This is a severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting the following counties: Austin
No, they didn't leave any pizza.
County, Dawn.
Shut up.
You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk, but sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform, and she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, like, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Oh, this is when she was in grade 2, huh? Captain Aliga looked off at the ocean and went on forever. Or so it seemed. Someday she would find the edge and get to the paradise there. Then she heard a cannon fire. It was the Black Pirate ship, she yelled. I thought we lost them at Horse Island. The first mate said, looks like you thought too soon. The black ship came along the side. Captain Black himself came on the deck of the black ship. He yelled to Captain Aliga, "You're never gonna find the edge. There ain't no paradise, and your father was a liar." Then Liga yelled back, Then why do you keep calling us, you imbecile?" First Melick, that will stop you, Captain Black. We'll find the edge of the world, and you'll see your father was no liar. Bell kept going till Captain Liga's ship got away. Now west, she said, and the ship sailed towards the sunset. Ten out of 10. Nice. Recommendations and stuff. I have a feeling our dad's losing his inspiration, as it were. Did I read this? I didn't. Now I did. Ugh, that. Okay, so I have to remember where I've been because I'll get lost in this game otherwise. coupons! Yeah, coupons. I love them. Okay. Yeah, moving on. Open door. It's dark in here. Not anymore. Get this light too. And not that one. That one probably. Okay. Below are 2 stories. The events are all out of order. Oh yes. This actually is easier to read, sort of. Her real name is Samantha, I figured. Wow. I'm not going to read that out loud, but if you guys wanted to read that, you can pause that. Man. That's probably copyrighted. Sorry. Ouch. Cool.
When you live in one place your whole life, your next door neighbor is kind of like your default friend. And Daniel only got weirder over the years. So moving away has been a good excuse to, like, not see him anymore. But he did always have the good Nintendo games. Maybe I'll give him a call.
Maybe.
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie.
Mm-hmm.
She's coming over tomorrow.
Here's where it gets interesting. Well, I believe we've explored everything in that area, so almost everything. So let's go this way. Or not. So their mother was a wildlife person. That's cool.
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
Wow. Family issues already.
We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're so cool, cool. We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Fuck you too, cool schmuck. I
Now, don't get me wrong, I love music. In fact, I'm very, very extremely flexible with music. That was a test. Probably would have been great if it didn't have certain things in it. Huh. Journey of Crystal. Super Spitfire. Adventures of that cat. I see where they got the It's an optical illusion. Cool. Oh wait, hold it. Okay. Oh, Stiggy. That's cute. I want to believe the X-Files. Captain Allegra's cylinder flowing skirt and sturdy jerk and descended in a single shining thread into the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and the first mate on their own now grew closer to their goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king of the island. She and the first mate on their now... Oh yeah, I read that. First mate slid down the line to the stone floor. She swept chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. Your way back to the entrance from further into the labyrinth of Kane's cursed voice. Wow. And I know why she turned the first mate into a hero. It's because of the Hold on. So it's... Let's try this. We'll try 045150. Zero. Wait. We don't have the other half yet. Okay, moving on. Ghost Mansion. Nice. The brothers, the cowboy, and the widow. Nice. Wow, this is a massive bathroom. Impressed. Okay. Milk Ghost? What? What? So Lonnie was here. They were both ghost hunting, huh? Interesting. They really just needed things to do, didn't they? Leaving the doors open on purpose. Misfits, they're awesome. Don't forget your costume.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy, I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
Yeah. Oh, so there's a secret room in the closet, okay. Leads to the library. I'll have to look into that. Now I'm going to go back to that one room. Well, when we come back, guys, we'll move this game. Until then, leave a like and subscribe because there's always room for more, and I'll be right back.